Good evening, fanboys. This is Jared for Fanboys Forever.
And this is Brandon.
And today we're going to be reviewing the very first Club Infinite Earths action figure from Mattel's new DC subscription service, Jay Garrick, the Flash 1.
One we've been waiting for quite a long time.
So here we have the white mailer box that they're coming in now, which says DC Signature Series on the front.
Inside is the extremely handsome window box that they will all come packaged in.
When Brandon says a handsome window box, he means it. This is a beautiful box. Take a look at all of this wonderful detail here. We have the Signature Series logo up here. We have the name. And on the sides, we have this beautiful artwork that kind of reminds me of the more recent G.I. Joe artwork. On the back, we have this incredible image, this awesome bio about Jay Garrick, which we won't bore you to death by reading, which you can read anywhere. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take Jay out of the package. He was born to run.
One of the important things about the package is, as Mattel promised, they're not pre-posed in the packaging, so there's no chance of getting warped arms or legs, like had been an issue with some of the DC Universe Classics retail figures.
It was kind of strange because I couldn't remember the last time I got a DC Universe Classics figure that didn't have some sort of warped limb. And here we have Jay out of the package. Now, as Mattel promised to plus up this figure, they have added this awesome vac metallized helmet.
It is not removable, unfortunately.
Yes, it is on there. And as you can see, it sort of bisects the head up there, so it is actually a part of the head. Where do you want to start, Brandon?
Well, just the basic body construction, I think. He's made predominantly of the DC Universe Classics buck that we've bought hundreds of over the past few years, but no complaints here because it's extremely appropriate for Jay Garrick. There's not really much you could do to alter him.
As we can see, Jay comes with the beefy, kind of regular-sized buck that DC Universe Classics is known for. There's not really much to say about the actual sculpt itself aside from the head, which seems to be about the only new piece. I think the boots might be new, but I'm not really sure. They kind of seem sort of generic. As we can see, Jay's head is sculpted beautifully. He has this wonderful expression. He kind of...
He's got a very nice smirk on his face.
Yeah, he has that smug look. And plus, he's aged appropriately, so we can see he's kind of middle-aged.
That was something of a point of contention with the Alan Scott Green Lantern figure they had done a couple of years ago. There were some people that thought he was too old, some people thought he wasn't old enough. I think with Jay Garrick they found the right balance.
Okay, so let's talk about paint. Wow, this is flawless. I mean, for all the paint problems and different QC issues that Mattel has had over the years, here we have a figure that is absolutely flawless. They have really made good on their promise to really beef up on... They have really made good on their promise to really make sure that the paint applications are straight and vivid and beautiful, because this figure is awesome looking. I'm sure you'll agree that you will be shocked when you actually get this figure in your hands and see how vivid and clear and concise the paint is. We can see that even the lightning bolt on the belt is just beautifully applied and super straight. The ab crunch works perfectly with the lightning bolt itself. As you can see, it never ever looks distorted or strange as he moves. So articulation is exactly what you guys have come to expect from DC Universe Classics. We have the ab crunch, we have the shoulder hinge, we go up and down all the way around at the bicep. The single elbow, unfortunately, which Mattel should have rectified by now and given us the double. We have the wrist, and the same here. And of course, we have the T-crotch that we go in and out at the hips, up and down.
I would have really liked double knees on Jay Garrick because, of course, his gimmick is running. But
right, but Mattel seems to be behind in the single knee area. And of course, we have the thigh cuts and up and down motion at the ankles. And of course, here I would have loved to have had rocker ankles, Brandon, to have got him in more running poses. I find it very limiting when he's running.
But this is the older Jay Garrick, so maybe he's not able to run as well as he used to. So
hey, Justice Society fans, assemble and kill Brandon in the comments below and tell him just what a hypocrite you think he is for trying to insinuate that the other Flashes can run faster than Jay Garrick.
I happen to be one of the world's biggest Justice Society fans.
This is awful.
In fact, I'm such a fan of Jay Garrick that I have several comparisons to make. Here we have the DC Direct first appearance, Jay Garrick. This figure came out several years ago, and it shows it's pretty plain, especially in the color department. He's very flat, unfortunately. This is what I was using with my DC Universe Classics prior to the release of this figure, and he just was not cutting the mustard. So
He does have one advantage.
yes, a big
And that
advantage.
is the removable helmet, which Mattel probably should have looked into for their version of J.
Here he is with the recent Justice League Unlimited Jay Garrick. Jay, having not actually appeared in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, except for his helmet appearing in the Flash Museum in one of our very favorite episodes, Flash and Substance. But you can see that we're on the ball in terms of keeping the design cohesive. He's got the same lightning bolt design on his chest that leads into the belt line. Here he is with the DC Universe Infinite Heroes Jay Garrick Flash. This one being one of the better Infinite Heroes action figures, the line on the whole not being terribly good. But you can see, again, it's the same basic design, so they've really got a good handle on what he should look like over at Mattel.
In conclusion, me and Brandon are thrilled with how the very first Club Infinite Heroes figures turned out. If this is any indication of how the rest of the figures are going to turn out in the subscription, then I think that we've all made a very wise choice by subscribing. If you didn't subscribe, these go on sale about the 15th of every month in very limited quantities, since Mattel said that they did not make many besides the besides the very small number of subscribers that they were able to get. And that was very clear by the super fast sellout of Jay Garrick this past month. So I would say Jay Garrick gets a 4.5 out of 5 just because of the articulation issues.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. He's a must-have if you're a fan of the Flash or if you're a fan of the Justice Society. Certainly if you're trying to complete your Justice Society, he's one you're going to have to get. As Jared mentioned before, he's sold out, so your only options at this point are going to be third-party websites and eBay, of course. But if there's any way you can get him, please do, because he's one of the best.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.
Thank you.